Tonight on Hipstar Tonight, now available on iTunes, brought to you by hipstar.ca and the original 1-800-NEED-A-GIMMICK.com. Please send your donations to yesterday's wrestling veterans to the Heart and Soul Foundation. It is tonight on Hipstar Tonight.
I want to finish the show today, so I would like you to open the show right now. I'm on a time limit, and your time starts now. I told you I'm doing this on not free mobile Wi-Fi at almost 1 o'clock in the fucking morning.
I don't want to make you hot.
I'm right now at the back of a fucking loading dock on a movie set in Niagara Falls where we're filming with Ed Leslie, Shaggy 2 Dope, and fucking Violent J. And I've actually taken time out for a place that doesn't even have free fucking Wi-Fi to sit in the ring truck in a loading dock to do a podcast. I said I would do 15 minutes, and you want to discuss things that I don't want to discuss anymore because I don't need any more heat.
Thursday,
you understand?
August 24th, 2017. Sometimes people don't see eye to eye. I guess it has to take me sometimes to cut ties out of my life that I didn't expect to cut. I thought they were close friends, and, well, I wanted them to be. Because maybe I was lost in a pond where I didn't want to expand. I didn't know where else to go. Maybe I was lazy, smoking too much of the ganj, and I didn't want to expand my connections. Maybe I was scared. Maybe people got to me too much that I didn't think were worthy of my time. Maybe. But now I'm at that point where I feel a lot more energetic, a lot more clear as to what my aspirations are and what exactly I want my goals to be. And in this case, for all those giving us that...
Zach? You know what? The thing is...
Talk to me here.
I've lost a lot of friendships over the show, and it seems to be that you're erasing that and just using it as motivation to clean up whatever you're unclear about your own self.
Well, sure,
yeah. You haven't found yourself as a wrestler or as an entertainer.
No.
You keep bouncing from job to job to job,
True,
and now
true,
you're taking me down along with you when
Yeah.
I was just trying to be a support system.
True.
I was trying to get Reeve House Wrestling. That maybe that would be something that would get it off your mind. You know, you ruined everything with Hutch. You ruined everything with a lot of promoters around here that I've had to deal with while you've been just sitting there at a fucking comedy club and then coming back on the air and putting me on the air to say, oh, maybe I found yourself.
Well.
Like, it's getting fucking boring and it's getting to be the same routine.
Of course. The same can be said about you. The same work that you have done for the past 20 years where you cut those 30-minute promos. The same could be said about your work. The same could be said about your work out there. Are we really making that effort to change? What I'm saying is, you can blame all you want. You can blame it on the show, Jay. Were you really heat-seeking? Were you really burnt bridges only because of the show? Or did you have burnt bridges before you did the show? I think you were a natural heat seeker. I think that's why we did the show, honestly, because we were both fucking on our way out. And honestly, now because you're kind of like disconnected and you won't make the effort to do, even though I'm getting you bookings, you can do October 1st with me. You got yourself a booking. All right, you're welcome.
Listen, I think that I would like to answer that question before you move any further.
Oh, yeah, of course.
You know, because you made some statements there.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Number one, I feel that my career, obviously my better years, was obviously the Neo Wrestling Federation, where I worked with the likes of Tyson Dukes.
How long ago was that?
Diener,
How long ago was that? I hate doing the same show. I hate doing the same show.
Current day, Congo Kong,
Yeah.
Tiberius King.
You post it every day on Facebook.
Dukes.
We know.
Yes, and you have never been at that level, and because maybe I'm on my way out, because you know that VCW was a depression area for me, and you know that I was feeling I was on the decline, and now none of us are even any friends anymore because of the show. All of us are fighting.
Yeah, well.
And you're asking me to what? To what? Continue this on?
Well.
Come on, Zach. Like, you got to get out of the fucking wrestling bubble for a minute. The podcast will be fine. There's things to talk about on the podcast, yes, but to continue to fucking bury for the sake of putting yourself over just because VCW died, everybody has got to wake up. It's over. That territory is over. Forget about all of it.
Well, then where do we go from here? You say move on.
can't go anything from there. We could do podcasts that are educational in the wrestling business. We could compete with the Dave Meltzers and the Mike Johnsons.
No.
We have journalistic backgrounds. We have college backgrounds. I may have taken the 2-week suspension from Johnny 91.7, which is something that I do want to bring up on future podcasts.
Well, then
and
why
I
don't
do
you know?
also have a problem with Chris Hazard. Why is he playing portions of our podcast on his podcast and then asking to come on this podcast? Why I'm dealing with a fucking J-Bro like that, I don't know, Zach.
Right?
But the show is getting quite embarrassing. I should have nothing to do with a Chris Hazard. I never heard of him. Chris Hazard, I never heard of any of these fucking people that you brought to my attention and made me expose on the show to try to get you over. That's the problem. To try to get you over.
It's not about me.
That's the fucking problem.
Yeah, I guess, but the show's an acronym now. Yeah, my name is part of the acronym, but it doesn't fucking matter. Everybody knows that 4 days a week, there's 2 people you can always listen to who shoot their hearts out as part of everybody in Ontario that needs that shooting goes. There's a lot of people that fucking deserve it that you have held me back from. A lot of fucking little skinny punks that I just want to fuck. I want to have sex with them.
It's over. The show is over. I can't continue on anymore. I can't go there. It's bad business, and furthermore, it's against the law.
Well, let's
and
get
that's
to
it.
Well, let's get to.
I refuse to break the law over the wrestling business. I refuse to be a weekend warrior, throwing on a fur fucking coat and walking down the aisle with some guy and taking a bump off the ring onto the floor to fucking go to jail for. I'm not doing it, man. I'm not doing it. Stop it.
Yeah.
Stop everything.
Well, how does it make you
fucking
feel?
Embarrassment.
How does it make you
I don't
feel
care.
that now
I don't
we've
care.
actually?
It doesn't make me feel anything. I don't really give a shit about anything.
We've made the effort to actually do a paid service now, which is actually going kind of fine. I mean, we've made like $4. We've now made that effort, and yet some fuck has taken one of our podcasts, and he is literally taking the same audio and just voicing over it his responses.
Well, I do want to talk about that. If we can just cooler heads, please prevail.
I would like to.
This is an issue I do want to bring up.
Because Jay, I would like to say, I don't have many friends left in this business. I would still like to consider you a friend. Despite me saying, like, you can go fuck yourself, I'd still like to say, man, you've always been close to me and told me the truth. And I have no...
But I got to put limits on what I can say on this program now because I'm more of a celebrity than what you are.
Truth.
And the fact that you're bringing me down, it's like you know, it's like at any given time I could be caught coming out of a limousine at TMZ and I got some hooker with me or something, and to be heard on the Hipstar podcast doesn't do me any favors. Okay,
it doesn't
you've buried yourself and you've taken me down with you, and I now have to fucking sit there and explain to the boys what in the fuck is going on with this show. I have no explanation.
I don't know.
I have to take the heat.
Yeah, it's because...
Well, where are you, man?
What does that say about them? They're all fucking afraid to come to me.
No. That's
my
not what
name
the
is
wrestling
still on the
business is
acronym,
about. We got to
though.
get back to headlock takeover, whip them off the rope, stuck the line.
Yeah.
That kind of work.
Universal, drop down, leapfrog, hip toss.
Yes.
Yeah.
I swear to God, any of our founding fathers, I'm talking Derek Wilde, the Italianos, Tiberius King, would be embarrassed to hear us arguing on the air like this and bringing the business down, and we have to stop.
It would still average like 42 listens. It's still drawing more than Hogtown, so no matter what, you know how it is. But still, punks taking my audio and putting their voice over top is very lazy. If you want to call yourself a broadcast journalist, you know what? You're not recording live 4 days a week like we are. That's why we're so fed up. That's why we fucking hate each other. You've caused this because we don't know where to go from here. Because now you want us to deliver.
Hold on a second.
You got Wade Busewell tweeting us saying like, "Oh, when's the next show?" You know, like when the days when we're just like very mentally depressed and we don't want to do them. We just like don't know where to go from here.
I want to talk about Chris Hazard for one brief second.
Please, yeah.
On top of the audio, he tried to school us with some sort of opinion about what he had about journalism, which is not what this show is even about. And then on top of
your
that,
diploma
Chris Hazard
on air
asked to come on this show.
Fuck.
And I'm putting this. This is another guideline. Right now, I got to draw the line. Chris Hazard will never be allowed on this show. I refuse to have Chris Hazard on this show. You're not getting one more second. on this fucking show.
To think that actually tomorrow I was actually going to try to do a three-way call, but
I refuse. I refuse to do business with Chris Hazard. I refuse.
And if I lost you, I would have nothing else. There, I said it. And so, you know what? I won't put that between us.
I am giving on air right now to show that I'm a nice guy.
Yep.
Chris Hazard can have my commentary position at Hogtown Pro Wrestling.
I
will give him my position.
You got 3 more shows left, bro, and it's going to all...
He claims to be the voice. You know, forget about the history of Jesse Jones. Forget about the history of infamous Jay Moore. Forget about the history of TJ Harley. The voice is taking over Toronto. Rogers is dead. Hutch is mad at me. Hutch is mad at you.
Yeah.
You've ripped off a landlord. I've destroyed myself in the wrestling business, and we're just going to sit here and do podcasts with each other. But I refuse to do them with Chris Hazard. That's Hazardous Waste. That should be the name of his show, Hazardous Waste. Because I think, honestly, we should take over that Death Proof show, to be honest with you. You can have the VCW spot, and I'll take over the Death Proof podcast.
I'd like to make
That's going to be the new gig.
Big announcement. 2 big announcements. October 1st, you can catch us at the Rock Pile, a very special comedy night hosted by Tonight on Hipstar Tonight and 100 Give It the original 100GiveIt.com.
Yes, and I have a special announcement about that date, by the way, if I could just drop it quickly.
Yeah, cut off my fucking plug. Go ahead. Yeah.
Is working on getting us a special guest to come on stage with us.
Who is?
Well, I'm working on getting the Great Mysterion
just
to make an appearance for us as well, because we won't be able to work with him at Hogtown anymore because I guarantee we're fired. So Mysterion, I just want to make business interesting. You are invited to do a podcast with us, Hipstar Zach Atticus and the infamous Jay Moore, formerly Bengali, and this should be good. Maybe Bengali should make an appearance. Do you still have the gimmicks, or did you have to return them?
No, I kept them as a hostage. The last Lucha Proof show that was supposed to happen, that Hutch texted me, and he's like, I need it. I want, who did he say? Oh, Nick Wildley. It was between Nick Wildley or Freedom Wallace was going to be Bengali.
You know, Hutch gave me a brown vest that I think he wanted me to pay $10 for, but I haven't yet. But maybe I can dress up as a bear, and you can dress up as a cat.
Yeah.
And we can be the Bear Cats. We can do a Bear Cat podcast.
And we can just grunt at each other like it's a fucking...
Yeah. I'll paint my face like a raccoon and put the mask on.
Sounds great. Second announcement.
All right, perfect.
Is I can't name names, unfortunately, and I can't name promotions, but we found ourselves a money mark, a very dear, magical man who has the money to invest in a wrestling company. A man that wants his own promotion, but yet he's going to help us take Reeb House Wrestling, not jinxing it, that's just me saying it, so don't put anybody else to it, to the ground. That means Jay and I, maybe in the future, means that we get to run the little Hutches of the world, of the Ontarios, into the ground, and we get to have a little control.
Right, which is a great segue to talk about our VIP section, the new podcast forum, $2.99 per month. We're going to have that at hipstar.ca and 1-800-NEED-A-GIMMICK, the original 1-800-NEED-A-GIMMICK.com. We're actually going to document this time, Hipstar. We're going to get, some of your old pals from Niagara College to, run some cameras. Pistol Pete and myself will be having actual meetings with the Reeb House and sizing out where the ring goes. We're going to be involved in the ring rentals. We're going to document it all, the U-Haul coming in. Zach's going to get online with some of the boys and tell you who's booked and who's not booked. And some of the actual phone conversations will all be up on our VIP section.
Can't wait.
Where you get behind-the-scenes dirt with Hipstar Zach Atticus and infamous Jay Moore. Over at 1-800-NEED-A-GIMMICK, the original 1-800-NEED-A-GIMMICK.com and hipstar.ca.
It was a fun week. We got a lot of heat, sure. But you know what? I'm just coming back from a pretty mildly, but still satisfactorily, successful show. It is self-satisfying. The comedy show we had, it was great. And you know what? I got a lot more to promote now. And you're right, Jay. It doesn't have to be us targeting others. Because we have things to talk about. We can expose...
Before we go, Hipstar, I don't want to cut you off anymore. I think to bring everybody together, the listeners, the boys, myself, you, I think we should end this show with one of my favorites.
Please.
The Rougeau Brothers, We're All American Boys. And I think you and I should sing it right now. Remember that song? We're all American boys. We're all American boys. We're all American boys. We're all American boys. From Montreal to Memphis back to USA. Yeah.
Happy Thursday.
Tonight on Hip Talk Tonight.
That's beautiful.
From Montreal to Memphis, parlez-vous français?